Hi, my name is Ryan Mattock from CommissionCrowd. I'm one of the co-founders here. And since 2015, we've helped thousands upon thousands of companies build successful B2B commission-only sales teams globally. Now, we understand that for many of you, it might be your first time considering outsourcing your sales and building a sales team, and even using a platform, an online platform like us, to go ahead and do that. So we've compiled a list of our most frequently asked questions that we hear every single day from our customers. And we've recorded a short video to answer these for you. So enjoy. If you have any additional questions, please don't hesitate to ask. Just come to the website, CommissionCrowd.com, and use the live chat, and we're always monitoring. So we look forward to working with you, and I hope these questions are answered well for you. So the sales professionals on CommissionCrowd, they've essentially come from a background as employees. Like any entrepreneur, they might have spent 10, 15 plus years working for companies, getting to know the industry, and then they're entrepreneurial, so they decide to break away from the constraints of being an employee and setting up a business for themselves. So essentially, a commission-based sales professional is exactly that. They're an entrepreneur, and they're using their skills selling to provide that as a service. Now, what they do is they represent multiple companies at any one time. So they build up a portfolio of products and services that are non-competing, that are complementary, that they can sell into the existing networks that they've built up over the years. And they receive, like any business owner, there's no one to pay you a salary when you're starting a business for yourself. So like any entrepreneur setting up their own business, they receive a commission based on the success, based on the sales that they're able to create. So that's essentially how these salespeople operate. They're experienced, they're entrepreneurial, they start a business for themselves, and their reward at the end of that is to earn a commission based on the amount of product that they sell. So the most obvious benefit to working with B2B commission-only sales professionals is the fact that there's no salary or fees to pay. So traditionally, when you hire employees, you're paying before a sale is even closed. In fact, you're paying their salary while you're onboarding and training them and getting them up to speed. And you don't have any guarantee of results with an employee. Now, when you're working with commission-only sales professionals, you're only paying them a commission on newly closed business. One of the next benefits is that they provide a very fast route to market. So previously I mentioned that these types of sales professionals, they build networks, they build portfolios of companies, products and services that they can sell into these existing networks. And that provides a very fast route to market for any company joining one of these sales professionals' portfolios. So maybe you want to extend your company's reach, you just want to tap into existing networks. But if you want to extend your company's reach in the market, or let's say you want to enter new territories completely, you're not limited, and you don't need to go and open offices in different countries or new parts of the country you're already operating in. You can connect with salespeople anywhere in the world using CommissionCrowd and have a presence on the ground in that location instantly. And in many cases, they've got these networks where they can introduce you. Your company will have a presence in these areas. Now, lastly, probably one of the biggest benefits is the experience that these sales agents come with. As I mentioned a few times, maybe they've got 10, 15, 20 years plus experience, but they've got drive because they're choosing the companies they want to work with. They're not working paycheck to paycheck. When it comes time to working with commission-only sales professionals, if they don't sell, they don't eat. They're paid purely on pure commission. If they don't sell, they don't eat. So it's not just their experience, but it's their drive as well. So CommissionCrowd is essentially a networking platform that enables companies and B2B self-employed sales professionals to connect. Now, we're much more than that. As I mentioned previously, we took all of our learnings and all of our difficulties and challenges in actually building a sales team and put all of that into CommissionCrowd. So everything in there is covered. Yes, we enable you to network with the sales professionals, and we allow you to connect. But it's really, what does CommissionCrowd provide that makes that relationship so much easier after you've connected? So just to give you an example, Once you've connected with a sales professional, we have a contract manager, which enables you to upload your own rep contract, rep agreement, or use our template builders to build your own. You're able to come in and create training tasks, update files and documents that will be shared with any sales professional that you connect with. We've got shared sales pipelines, and we even make it easy using our deal manager to pay your sales agents their commission with one click after they've closed a new deal. So CommissionCrowd's essentially, it's the right at the very start to right at the very end, the full connection and management process is covered. You've got absolutely everything you need to build a cracking sales team and easily manage your relationship moving forward after that. We refer to a sales listing as an opportunity here on CommissionCrowd because that's exactly what it is. It's an opportunity for a sales professional to sell a great product or service that you're offering. Now, an active sales opportunity essentially just means that it's active, it's live on the CommissionCrowd platform, and it's viewable by the sales professionals that are using our service. Some companies require more than one sales opportunity, and we only recommend this if these opportunities are completely different. Let's say it's in a completely different industry. Okay, so, some companies have multiple departments, they sell completely unrelated products or services, and they would require more than one listing because they wouldn't all fall under the same banner. So some companies require one listing. It might cover a number of products or services that are all related and that the sales agent can sell together. Or if you have completely unrelated products or services, you might need more than one listing. So we take customer service very, very seriously here at CommissionCrowd, and we're very proud of the job that we do. We understand that a lot of our company members have never worked with B2B commission-only sales professionals before. They're maybe not sure about how, the way in which they operate. And it can be confusing when you're thinking about your sales opportunity when it comes time to building out that listing on CommissionCrowd. So we've got a great onboarding process where you're supported every step of the way. The first thing that you do is you come in and you create a draft of your sales opportunity, and then you submit that to us for a review ahead of publishing. So there's no pressure there at all. It doesn't mean that when you put in your details, it gets published and that's it. You have to start recruiting straight away. After you submit it for a review, it comes to our team. Our team scrutinize it. We go through every aspect of your sales listing, and we provide comprehensive feedback to you ahead of the opportunity being published. So we work together. We get to the point where we're happy with it, you're happy with it. It's positioned in the best possible way, in the most attractive way for our salespeople, and then it gets published. Now, obviously, being proactive, as I've mentioned before, is the fastest way to build your sales team. So reaching out to people, bearing in mind that these people aren't unemployed, they're not desperate for work, they're not sitting in front of their computers all day, they're busy, they're out selling. So we do recommend that you reach out to at least 10 salespeople a day and follow up with the people you don't hear back from, because when they get home after a busy day of work, they're obviously checking their emails and they're seeing what opportunities are now available to add to their portfolios. However, if at any time you're struggling and you feel like you're not gaining traction or there's a problem there in any aspect, our team will step in. You simply reach out, you ask for help, our team will step in, we'll put a plan in place, and we'll make sure that you start gaining traction and that things start going your way. So our only goal here is to ensure the success of all of our customers. We do not want to take money and have unhappy customers leave us with no salespeople. Sometimes, and it's quite a strange analogy, but we refer to ourselves as similar to online dating, for example. So, some companies, they can connect with salespeople in the first week. They find their perfect sales partners, their true loves. And others, it might take slightly longer time. It depends on the company. It depends on the complexity of the sales opportunity. And, it can just take a little bit of time. So if you ever feel like you're struggling, as I've said before, we're always here to help. It's our only goal. It's our number one priority to ensure the success of all of our customers. You simply reach out, ask for help, and we'll put a plan in place and we'll support you until you are successful. Okay, so your sales opportunity is published, you're ready to go, everything's looking fantastic, and now it's time to reach out and start connecting with salespeople. Now, there's a number of search criteria you'll see on the left of your dashboard, but we really recommend keeping it simple to start with, just using a couple of those fields to get used to it and to start getting results of salespeople that you want to contact. So you might want to search for sales agents that are targeting your industry, that are working in your industry, that are targeting customers in your target industries, that are working in your country, for example. But what a lot of the time, what companies don't think about is you can reach out to salespeople that are selling completely unrelated products and services to yours, but they already do business with your potential customers. These are all B2B sales professionals that have connections that might be selling something completely unrelated to your product and service, but they're dealing with your potential customers every day. So it's a really good practice to think about, to look at these sales agents' profiles, think about something that they're selling, who they're probably dealing with every day, their connections as part of their portfolio, and reaching out to these people and saying, hey, I know I've read your profile, and I know that you haven't stated that you want to sell my type of product or service, but I can see that you're probably doing business with my potential customers, and we would love to just to be in addition to your portfolio. And we're quite happy to pay a referral commission if you can open any doors to us and recommend or mention our services or products to your customers. That is a fantastic strategy, and it works really, really well. So let's say, for example, just take an example off the top of my head. You're looking to get into hotels, restaurants, leisure centers, maybe a completely random example, and you find a sales agent that sells point of sale software, and they've been doing this for a long time, and you sell a completely unrelated product, but that's your target customer. Now, you can reach out to, or he or she is doing business with your target customers. You can reach out to them, and you can hold your hands up and say, listen, I apologize. I know you haven't stated you're looking to sell my type of product or service on your profile, but this is what we do. And I can see that you're probably already doing business with our potential customers. Here's how we'd fit nicely into your portfolio. We're quite happy to pay a referral commission on any introductions you make. Even we'll take over the sales process. If you open a door and you can make an introduction, we're quite happy to speak to the customer on your behalf and still pay a commission. So it's really thinking a little bit outside of the box, thinking about their networks and who they're doing business with currently, and that these are potential door openers for you. And it's hugely powerful, and it's a strategy that really works well on CommissionCrowd. Okay, so what makes an opportunity attractive to a self-employed sales professional? And really, it comes down to the attitude towards them by the company, bearing in mind that these aren't employees, they're not unemployed and desperate and looking for work. The key here is the wording of your sales opportunity. So when you're thinking about putting your opportunity together, you really have to put yourself into the mindset of the sales professional. These are partners, they're not employees. So coming at it from the point of view that this is a win-win partnership, you're looking to build meaningful relationships with independent sales partners. It's all about the win-win. They're going to be fully supported, but you cannot place expectations on them the same way that you would be recruiting for a traditional employee. So, coming at it like setting strict deadlines and targets, and they have to be in your office working. Actually, that's illegal. You can't not pay someone if they're working, or they're forced to work from your office. So it's really respecting the fact these individuals are self-employed, and this is a real partnership. You're looking for long-term, successful working partnerships with sales professionals. You're going to provide full support for them. They're going to be supported all the way through the process. And that's it. These are your partners. They're not employees. So really, it's the mentality. Now, obviously, they expect to be paid their commissions on time. And in reality, a lot of the time, and sometimes, there's conflict here, because you'll find that a sales agent who's exceptionally good at what they do, and they're bringing in a ton of business for a company, that can sometimes grind people up the wrong way. So a manager, for example, or a senior salesperson who's already working within your company, where an independent partner comes in and all of a sudden they're earning more commission than a manager's being paid a salary, or a sales partner or sales employees being, earning within your company. So, you have to bear in mind that these people, they're incurring all of their own risk. They're not being paid to go out there and prospect for business, to close new leads, to bring in new business for your company. So it's really respecting that fact. They have to be paid their commissions on time every time. Now, remember, you're going to be signing a contract with them, so it's important not to breach that contract, and more importantly, not to breach their trust. So think about these things. These people are highly experienced, they've got networks, and it's very likely they're going to be able to bring in a lot of business very, very quickly for your company. So they have to be treated like partners, and this has to come across in your sales listing. Now, when it comes to creating your listing, just bear in mind that the language you use, this isn't a position for an employee, okay? So come at it like you have to sell your company to the salespeople on CommissionCrowd, okay? So you want to be compelling as possible. You want to not just talk about this is what we do and this is our product and go out there and sell it. Really provide them compelling information about your company. So you want to make an introduction to your company, any successes that you've had in the marketplace, if you can mention large companies that you're working with as customers already. Really, the point is just to give them a compelling reason to choose your company over someone else. And I think that's one of the most important thing is, not to think about this as a traditional job website where here's the job, like it or don't. Really make yourself compelling, as much information as possible to spark that sales agent's interest and say, hey, this is a great company. They're looking for a win-win partnership. They understand how I operate, that I'm independent, that I might be working with 3 or 4 other companies as part of my portfolio, but they're looking to create long-term win-win partnerships. And obviously they provided details here that are compelling, and I'm interested in working with this company potentially. So, really have a think about these things before you go into submitting your opportunity to be published. Obviously, we pick up on this as well. So this is part of our onboarding process. Sometimes we do have companies that submit an opportunity and it reads like a boring job advert. And we pick up on that, obviously, and we provide feedback, just basically going through what I've said here, that, you have to respect the fact these are partners, not employees. And that's really about it. So don't worry too much. Just take on board some of the things that I've said now. We provide all of this feedback if we pick up on anything when you submit your opportunity for a review. Okay, so this is a question we get all the time. How much commission should I be paying to sales agents? And unfortunately, there isn't a real answer to that. Nothing's set in stone. Really, by rule of thumb, you should be as generous as possible, okay? So have a think about your margins, be as generous as possible. Again, remember, you're going to be competing against other companies. So it's really about offering as much as you can. Now, obviously, that varies in industry to industry. It completely varies. If you're selling a service, maybe you've got lower overheads than if you're manufacturing products, but it really all comes down to being as generous as possible. One of the other things that sales agents do expect is, obviously, they've incurred their own expenses. It might have taken them a long time to get these clients on board. Maybe they've been existing customers as part of a network that they've built up over 15 years of hard work, and that's a residual income. So generally they do expect, and again, this is up to you how long you want to pay a residual income for, but generally they expect that if your client is paying, or let's say it's a subscription model, or they're placing repeat orders, they're purchasing physical products and they're placing repeat orders, they will expect to be paid a residual commission for sometimes the life of the client, and sometimes it might be the first year or 2 or 3 years. It's entirely up to you how you want to structure this, okay? Maybe you want to offer the full commission for the first year, and then year 2, you want to maybe drop it down a little bit. It's entirely up to you.
Every single sales agent is different, and it's going to be a negotiation every single time when you speak to a sales professional. So they're all going to negotiate their commissions. The number you list on CommissionCrowd when you publish your sales opportunity is just a starting point. So we just say, you know, be as generous as possible. The number that you list on CommissionCrowd shouldn't hold you back, because it's going to be a negotiation every time with every salesperson, as they're all different. And, you know, it's really just thinking about being as generous as possible with your commissions. So again, nothing's set in stone. Just have a think about your margins, have a think about what you can comfortably afford to offer a salesperson that's compelling enough for them to get them interested in having a call with you and discussing the sales opportunity, and obviously their commissions as well. And the last thing I forgot to mention was, obviously, if you're paying a residual commission on repeat orders, it keeps the salesperson motivated to keep in contact with that client and have them placing repeat orders time and time again. Okay, fantastic. So you've been reaching out to salespeople, you've been having conversations. What do you do next? Well, essentially what you want to do is get the sales agent to jump on a call. So book a meeting with you, jump on a call and have a face-to-face. Maybe you use Zoom or Google Meet, and, you know, discover if you're a good fit for each other. Have a conversation, ask them, you know, a little bit about themselves, and also give them the opportunity to ask questions about your company and the sales opportunity. You know, maybe they want to start negotiating commissions, or talking, at least start the conversation around commissions on a call like that. So you've had the call, you've decided that you're a good fit for each other. Now what you want to do is make sure you're connected in CommissionCrowd, so you get to use all of that fantastic functionality that we've built for you, and you're fully connected in the system. So you would say to the person, great, we want to work with you. Let's bring this back into CommissionCrowd. And if they've applied to work with you, you would accept them. And if you've invited them, you would then accept them, vice versa. And now you're connected in the system. So that gives you the ability to get oversight of their sales pipeline, to share all these documents. They would have access to your training tasks that you've uploaded, and also your contract manager. And when it comes time, when the beautiful time comes, when they've started selling and closing business, you can pay their commissions in one click. So really that's it. You want to be reaching out on CommissionCrowd. But obviously, you know, before someone goes out there and represents your brand, or they want to go out and represent your brand, you need to have a call, at least have a conversation. It's really good to have a face-to-face conversation using Google Meet or Zoom, and just get to know each other and get to discuss the opportunity and answer each other's questions. So I hope that's helped. I hope that we've answered most of your questions. These are the questions that we get asked every day by our members, and so we thought it'd be very useful just to record a short video just addressing all of these points. Obviously, there's a lot to take in, and I hope we've been able to help. So the next step is, if you haven't registered already with CommissionCrowd, that's the first thing to do, is to register with CommissionCrowd and start building out the draft of your sales opportunity. Now, obviously, before anything's published, we go ahead, as I mentioned before, we provide feedback. We've got the whole onboarding process. So we're really looking forward to working with you. Just make your way through CommissionCrowd. If you've already registered, fantastic. All you have to do when you're ready to get started is upgrade your account. And we really look forward to having you on board and watching your success and the growth of your sales team.